I like it because it's individual. You can just go out by yourself. I started when I was 10, and it was really popular then, just like now. When it was up and down, I stayed good with it. I stuck with it during the bad times, and so now I guess I'm a big deal.
Mullen practiced in the garage of the family home while wearing a comprehensive protective pad setup, a precaution that was part of the deal with his father. By 1978, even though he'd only owned a skateboard for just over a year, Mullen placed 5th in the boys freestyle category at the U.S. Open Championships at Kona Skate Park in Jacksonville.
All right, handstand. All right, Rodney. Woo! Very good. Okay, now got time to start it. Tables are 3 feet off the ground. Landed 1 foot on it. Ooh, up on the side of his board. All right. Okay. Time.
Skateboard manufacturer Bruce Walker saw his performance and sponsored Mullen through Walker Skateboards from 1978 to 1980. Mullen's biggest influence in skateboarding at the time was the professional skateboarder Jim McCall, who was coached in his early years by Walker. Mullen was also influenced by Florida pros Ed Womble, George McClellan, Clyde Rogers, Tim Scroggs, and Kelly Lynn. When his family moved to a farm in a remote part of Florida, Mullen began perfecting his flat ground techniques, and he has said that his isolation and lack of terrain naturally guided him towards freestyle skateboarding. He cites 79 and 80 as his most creative time, a time when he was predominantly a loner, who counted the cows of the family farm as his best friends. Mullen then continued to dominate all the contests he entered, culminating in a win at the Oceanside Nationals in June 1979.
And so my first contest when I was 13, I watched videos, and I shouldn't have won really as far as skating, but I just had new tricks. So.
In 1980, the 14-year-old Mullen entered the Oasis Pro competition, defeating the world champion Steve Rocco. Mullen also spotted a 12-year-old skater who introduced himself as Tony Hawk. Before Tony was sponsored, before anyone knew anything about him, he made a big impression on him, and the two would go on to become good friends. Shortly thereafter, Mullen turned professional as a member of the Bones Brigade, based on the recommendation of Tim Scroggs of Mullen to company co-founder Stacy Peralta, who Mullen highly admired. Mullen competed voraciously through the 80s, often frustrating competitors and judging with his consistency and progressive ability. He truly had no competition. Over the following decade, he entered 35 freestyle events and won 34 of them.
In contests, they judge you 1 to 100. There are 5 judges. You drop the low, drop the high, average. And so you get a 2-minute routine. And try to choreograph it. Like the best pros usually have about 10 seconds or so choreographed like dance. You know, the footwork I was doing? It's like dance. And then you go off on your own. And number of tricks, difficulty of tricks, continuity, style, even how you present yourself. Like you don't want to look like an ape all bent down. Of course, everyone does it sometimes, but that's a big thing in hand placement. Just how you present yourself. I guess the main thing that'll kill you is whether you fall or not.
Last but not least, I think that might have done it. You might be looking at the...
I don't know, that's what made me different. I guess I could tell you some tricks if you like, or they're kind of hard to understand. It's kind of like chemistry, you link one name to the next, so big long names. Yeah, the thing that made me special, I guess, that's why I won so long, is being from Florida. There's not many people to skate with, and you're just very individual, like the tricks, very unique. Ollie flips are fun. You ollie, it means you hit the tail hard and bring the board up and you put your foot on one side and kick it down. It's just a timing trick, but it's fun because it goes up and down and flips and land on it. Those are fun. One thing I noticed too, you can get so wrapped up in it and try to invent all these tricks and they're completely useless really unless you're a freestyler and you can recognize them, but no one will tell the difference between one and the other. And so the biggest change now is being able to find tricks in your mind that you want to do that look good for people. And it's kind of an art to that. It's really hard. People like big air tricks and very visual things, of course, and sometimes you find one trick you like so much and all the variations are so close and sometimes so hard, like landing stuff with your legs crossed and on one foot, and you think, wow, to me that's neat, but who cares really, other people. So.
Mullen skated a mix of styles, including some vert, before skateboarding became clearly delineated. Over the following years, he transitioned from freestyle to street, adapting his accumulated freestyle skills to street and inventing or expanding upon additional tricks in the process. Mullen enrolled in the chemical engineering program at the University of Florida, leaving during his senior year prior to completing his degree in order to take over management of World Industries with Steve Rocco. Throughout the 80s, Mullen invented many of skating's flip tricks. Mullen's tricks are now considered the essential building blocks of both modern street skateboarding and vert skateboarding. With skateboarding transforming itself in the early 90s to tech-style freestyle moves on the street, Rodney Mullen is now known as the godfather of street skateboarding.
I like people to remember me for being just innovative and just average. You know, a lot of people when they get big and all, money and all that, they kind of lose touch. I see it happening to some friends already. Just to be noticed for just being a normal kid. I'm just innovative too. My message really to anyone is just stay clean. Don't get too carried away by things. Lose your head.